Good morning, everybody. October 9th, 2021. Apparently, the update last night, my recording software did not want to play nicely with my microphone, so there was no sound. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that now. Sorry about that. So here is Bitcoin. As I said last night, the weekend was full of just kind of, or the last couple of days was full of just kind of choppy action here. Up in this region, it does look to me like it was doing some sort of expanded flat ABC here. Would have expected C to come down a little bit, but maybe that's the end of it there. And we're potentially getting another leg up from here with a truncated 4 not actually coming down into this area, which is ideal. That is a possibility. Of course, there's many possibilities when it comes to corrections. It's possible that this was the end of 3 instead of this, and now this is the beginning of an ABC down. It's possible that we get even more just sideways chop through this area before finally spiking down and then back up. But the main thing that I was saying is that whatever happens on the weekend tends to be BS. You really don't want to trust it. So whatever does happen, if we kind of fade that move, into Sunday, that's usually a good idea. Because either way at this point, whatever happens either way, it's probably going to reverse the other direction. So for instance, if we get a dump the whole rest of the weekend into this zone, then I'm going to be buying, because that's going to be a nice reversal point to come up here for this final target for 5. If instead this decides that 4 is in fact done and proceeds upwards into this region over the weekend, then I'll probably be selling there, maybe taking some protective shorts, because we should see a pullback after that once that 5 is done. And then as far as the long term goes, this is still setting up really nicely for our run to 80 to 100 minimum, and potentially even higher, with this first wave here being 1, right, and this one down being 2. We should now be starting off the first of the third wave right now, and this ideally goes to the 618. It looks like we're going to extend a little bit beyond that, but if somehow we do just stop at the 618, then the 382 at 50K is absolutely a wonderful opportunity to long or buy for the next leg up, which very likely should take us to about 84K. If instead we proceed upwards to the 764, which based on the micro count seems like the most probable route, we can still count that as a first wave. It does get into a little bit of scary territory where this could be A, B, C, and then we die. But being that we are in bull times and we are starting off the 5th wave here, I think that's unlikely. So what we'll look for if we hit the 764 before coming down, we'll probably look to about the 0.5, which is right here, 53.7 or so. Could come down as far as 50K, but really if it goes as high as that, it should kind of hold the higher end of that pullback, and still we'll be going up into the 80K range after that. And based on this 1 and 2, we are looking at 115 to 133 as the end result of this, if it keeps impulsive structure. Now it could certainly do a diagonal upwards of some sort, which would end us here in this range, which the higher time frame says this is going to be the end here, 80 to 100. So I'm not sure how the lower time frame is going to match up with that higher time frame, if in fact it does, or potentially that higher time frame just needs to extend up here into this range instead, which is certainly possible, especially late stage of the Bitcoin bull run. Other things saying we are, probably going to get a pullback here relatively soon. not immediately, but once we get up a little higher, is the daily RSI. We're starting to get up really quite high again there. So it wouldn't be a shock to see that come down and give us a second wave down as RSI kind of resets a little bit, at least down into the 50 range or so, which is what we see pretty often during these runs. We get a spike up and then it resets down to 50, and then spike up, reset down to 50, all the while the price is going up. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on there. Alright, I think that pretty much sums up the video that had no sound last night. Sorry about that. And we'll see what the rest of the weekend brings. Alright, have a good day.